Hi everyone, and welcome to the Sagittarius August 2023 Illumination reading. This is I Am Illuminated tarot reading for Soul Illumination. So hi everyone and welcome. My name is Lauren. And this is a reading to take a look at the energy for the month ahead, August, for the sign of Sagittarius. And you can watch this for your sun, moon, or rising sign. I also recommend, if you're interested in really kind of looking at your Mercury placement, I always feel that the Mercury placement for ourselves is really how we communicate with our external environment, and then kind of also how the world or our external environment communicates with us. So I do actually watch readings for that sign. So if you're interested in kind of seeing a little bit more about how the world is communicating with you or what you might need to communicate, I would recommend checking that out as well. But anyways, Sagittarius, we're going to jump in here and we're going to start by pulling a few cards to take a look at the energy. Ooh, Ace of Pentacles and the Fool. Take a look at your energy, what you're bringing to the month of August. We're going to take a look at what's going on external to you and a theme that Spirit would like you to really focus on and embrace by the end of this month so that you can allow for a level of abundance or spiritual growth that was waiting to come in for you. You can allow it to come in. And we'll take a look at what that is going to be as well. So right off the bat, Sagittarius, Ace of Pentacles and the Fool. This is a fresh start. This is truly jumping into something new. Aces always represent a new opportunity, and an Ace of Pentacles represents a tangible, physical new opportunity. This could be a new job move. This could be a little bit of seed money for something that you'd like to start. This could be the down payment on a house. This could be moving to a new physical geographic location, but there's something here where the universe is handing you the opportunity for a fresh start. And with the Fool energy, you're ready to take the universe or the Spirit up on that offer, which I really think is a wonderful energy to be entering into August with. Now, August, if we look at the numbers, it is a number 6 universal month. It harnesses the energy of love. It harnesses the energy of focusing on the home and family as well. There's a sense of also really taking a look at what you can give birth to and create through the energy of love. I really enjoy the number 6 personally after working with it for so many years. Okay, so in your external environment, we have very much opposing energy to the Ace of Pentacles and the Fool. The external environment, or what Spirit's asking you really to take a look at and focus on and embrace by the end of this month so that you can release it, is the 5 of Swords and the 3 of Swords. There's a sense here of, with the 5 of Swords, of wanting to kind of either win at all costs or continue to hold a position that is no longer serving you at this point because it's coming from a place of heartache and wounding. There's a sense of this individual saying, I would love to take myself up on this offer. I'd love to take the universe, Spirit, the gift that's coming in for me for a fresh start. And yet, no, I can't. I can't do it. I can't do it because in the past it didn't work out. I can't do it because in the past I was hurt. And this is Spirit's, this month you have the opportunity to break down this energy and turn it, transmute it into this energy. I love that you have the 7 of Cups at the bottom of the I can't talk all of a sudden. At the bottom of the deck. That's your main underlying energy for this month. That's a card of opportunity. It's a card saying that there's a whole world of things that we can try our hand at or experience that might give us an idea of a greater sense of self, but also a greater sense of emotional fulfillment and connection to our life experience. Now, underneath that, we have Judgment and Justice, 2 very heavy-hitting cards. Justice speaks to a rebalancing in your life. It can speak to that divine law of justice, where something has been righted, if there was, an imbalance there. It can also speak to the making and breaking of contracts. So there may have been a making or a breaking of a contract that led to a true change in yourself. Meaning this could have been going through a divorce. This could have been going through a major career move. This could have been committing to something in whatever aspect of your life experience. It could be even buying a home or losing a home, something along those lines. But there's a sense here with whatever happened here, possibly around a contract or a major change in your life that brought about a balance where maybe something was imbalanced. It also brought a great change within yourself, meaning that maybe suddenly you had a job for so many years doing something, and suddenly it was becoming imbalanced because that job was no longer working for you. And by changing that, you changed yourself because you no longer resonated with that job. It wasn't that the job changed, it's that you changed. There's something around this. And again, it could be the same thing, or maybe you had gone through a major breakup or a divorce, something along those lines with an individual, and that changed you. That you are no longer the person that you were in that relationship. But this is saying it's time now to embrace opportunity, and it's time to really look at where you are choosing not to jump into something new kind of with full faith because you're protecting your heart, because you're protecting yourself from the wounds of the past, and where maybe you're turning away or possibly not taking the universe up on an offer that I think is going to bring in a world of opportunity and a world where you might have all kinds of joyous moments, the Seven of Cups, all of these little opportunities, again, to emotionally connect to your life experience, but also connect to what's in that cup, to spirit itself, to joy, to happiness, to fulfilling your needs, and to ultimately, the goal is to get to the 10th cup, which is your heart's fulfillment. So there's an opening up here, but there's a need to kind of, I think, release some barriers, boundaries, or a perspective of, I don't want to listen to that. I don't want to take the universe up on this opportunity. This would be like saying, I can't leave my job that I hate because in the past I, was let go from a job, and I understand that I can't, I can't go through that again. I can't be in a position where I might not have stable work because in the past I was really hurt by not having that in my life. Or this could be like, there could be a love interest coming in. Or this could even be something along the lines of maybe you've been dating someone and they're like, hey, why don't we finally, like, I think about me and my husband. We started dating where we lived on opposite sides of the country. And it got to that point where finally we had to say, if we're going to take the universe up on the offer of this relationship, we have to get closer together. So this would be like my husband at the time saying, well, why don't you come and move across the country and move in with me? And then what I could have done, instead of saying, sure, like, that sounds great, let's make that happen, there's a world of opportunity. If this doesn't work out, well, then I'll try a new cup kind of thing. Instead, I could have sat there and I could have said, you know what? No, that's too scary. It's too big of a commitment. The last time I committed to somebody, it ended in a divorce, and I don't want to do that again. And I'm going to protect my heart and not take the universe up on that opportunity. So there's something along the lines here where I think for many of you, there might be this thing coming in. It's either a person, it's a physical opportunity, it's a chance for change. And there's been, I think, a little bit of a pushing, a hesitancy to embrace it or to embrace the new because of the pain of the past. And we can all be in that place. It's not to say that we have to force ourselves to move on from something that we're not yet ready to move on from. But this is a good month to really reflect on maybe where Spirit is trying to bring in something wonderful for you. And maybe, again, time is not specific. It's something that, some of us may be going through this energy now. Some Sagittarius may be going through the energy a few months from now. But this is that opportunity to bring awareness to that. That's what Spirit's really asking you to do, is bring awareness to where you are closing yourself off to new opportunity because of pain from the past. And your main challenge here, your main block, is the Lover's card. That's beautiful energy. That is choosing what you love. This could be a romantic partnership wanting to come in. And then here's the Emperor. So there's a sense here of, I think for some of you, there may be a fear around maybe giving up autonomy. It's almost like a fear of losing yourself in a relationship. But I think for many of you, what you don't understand, or not that you don't understand, but maybe what you can't see at this moment is that actually in embracing what you love, instead of maybe running from it, because there's a sense here with this energy, the Five of Swords and the Three of Swords, of you're trying to protect your heart. You're literally defending. You're on a defensive stance of protecting your heart that's been wounded in some aspect of your life. Again, it doesn't have to be romantic. This could be literally where you are feeling wounded around work. Again, maybe somebody let you go in the past. Maybe you tried to have a business around something you loved and it didn't work out. And so you're kind of standing here saying, well, I can't do it again. I just can't go through that again. And yet what would happen is if you choose what you love and you open yourself up, you kind of remove this defensive stance and you open yourself up to this new opportunity, you will actually step into that emperor seat in your own experience. You get to ascend to your throne, if you will. And it's almost like you'll gain back that authority that maybe for some time you've felt a little detached from because of having to have this defensive stance. Okay, so Seven of Wands at the heart of your reading. This is what Spirit's asking you really to embrace, to get to move through this kind of block around being able to open your heart to either a new potential romantic love interest or to being able to choose something, a path that is centered around what you love. The Seven of Wands speaks to defending your position. It speaks to really getting clear as to asking yourself, is it worth it for me to defend my actions? And if that answer is yes, meaning, is it worth it for me to, this is a kind of good question. It's like the flip-flop. Everything hinges on this. Is it worth it for me to jump into something new? This could be with Seven of Wands and kind of the way this card shows it. This could be where maybe you had moved up the ranks, let's say in a career path, and everybody was like, wow, that's amazing that you got to this level in what you do. And you were maybe praised for or recognized for doing something in a specific way. And now you're like, but there's a new opportunity. I don't love what I do anymore. And it's time for me to venture out into doing something new. And so you're having to think, you're having to answer that hard question within. Is it worth it for me to leave behind what I've been recognized for to go into something new? Or same thing with a relationship. Maybe you at one point your relationship had been celebrated by others. People were like, wow, you and the other person are meant to be, and it didn't work out. Or you are thinking of leaving them now. This could be another thing happening. And you're like, I have to. It's time for me to follow my heart, and it's time for me to leave this individual. But there's something here around really having to get clear as to your why. Why are you making this move? What is it about the lovers? What is it that your heart is yearning for? And if you put down this kind of defensive stance around your heart, what is your heart speaking to? Because on the other side of that, we have the Nine of Cups. And the Nine of Cups speaks to that wish for the last cup, for the 10th cup. It speaks to knowing what that heart's fulfillment, what your heart is calling for. And you're being asked to embrace that and to defend action that will get you to that 10th cup. And with the Seven of Cups down here, it says there's a whole world out there to find that 10th cup. But you have to have that perspective. You have to take the perspective of the Fool who's ready to go out and leap off that cliff into something new. And it might feel a little risky, especially with Judgment coming in, saying that there's been an integral change in yourself and in your identity. And it may feel risky because you're doing something, again, that is leaving your heart vulnerable. But from everything I'm seeing here, you're going to be highly supported if you choose to really take that leap. When we follow our heart, even if it doesn't end exactly in the way that we were hoping, oh, I love it. if it doesn't end exactly in the way that we were hoping, it will still always get us closer. It'll still expand us emotional or expand us spiritually. So we have that spiritual growth that allows us then to kind of open up the door wider to more of what is coming in for us, more of what will help us fulfill our ultimate potential. Now, you have two wonderful cards that actually complement each other at the very end of this reading. You have the Star and the Hermit. The Star speaks to that guiding, our North Star, our individual North Star, that call to what we ultimately want to experience in our life experience here on earth. What is that thing we really want to call in for ourselves? What are those principles? What are the guiding principles and the values we really want to experience? The Hermit speaks to the same energy, except the individual. You can see the Star is equally prominent in both of these, but the Hermit speaks to going within, to find the star within yourself, to realize that our dream is never outside of ourselves. That dream originates within. And ultimately, when we think of, kind of like the Disney song, a dream is a wish your heart makes, that is the star. That star you only see the star in the night sky because your heart makes that wish. And there's a sense here of really leaning into that for yourself, Sagittarius. And I love it. And then you have the Magician at the bottom of the deck. Beautiful. That's your magic. That's realizing that it's what you bring to the table, Sagittarius. It's your magic. It's your individuality. And each one of us has our own unique star. Each one of us are the wish that resides, that deep abiding wish within our heart. That is unique to each one of us. And so there's a sense here of really getting into a defensive stance around that, to defend what your heart is yearning for, but to defend it in a way where you're taking action to honor it instead of defending the wounded heart. There's a sense here of almost not allowing that heart space to heal. And there's a sense of not allowing, again, yourself to follow your heart, where instead with the Seven of Wands, you can defend it from a place of taking the higher ground, instead of like holding the swords and, being ready and willing to fight at all costs. There's a sense here of just saying, you guys can do what you want, but I'm going to take action to follow my heart. And that's it. I don't need to fight you on it. I don't need to go into over explanation. I don't need to go to battle over it. I'm just choosing to follow my heart. And that's what's going to bring you into a position of power. And it might be that you might be wrestling a little bit either with a kind of authority within yourself or with another individual. This could be where you might have to come up against somebody in your workplace who's like, what do you mean you're going to leave? You can't walk away from this. You can't just throw away, 20 years of working here and start your own business and follow your heart. Or this could be where it's one of those things where there's another person in your life who's like, what do you mean? You can't leave me. We've been married for 30 years, or whatever it is. But there's something here where it's something that is so integral to you with the Star and the Hermit that you say, I can't avoid this anymore. I have to follow my heart. I have to open myself up to the new. I'm not the person I once was. Judgment. And now you're ready to discover what this new version of yourself is truly capable of, the Magician. Love that. Okay, let's go ahead here and I'm going to pull out some clarifiers. So we're going to dive a little deeper into these cards. Ooh, the Tower with the Lovers. Yep, the Tower's coming down, guys. The Tower speaks to when we have been holding too tight to something out of a sense of safety or security or not wanting change. We're afraid of the change that will come in if we choose to follow our heart. And yet the Tower, there's nothing better to bring down the Tower than love. Because the Tower is what is actually the card in the tarot before the Tower is the Devil. And it's the Devil that whispers in our ear and says, you don't really want to make that change, right? You just stay here. It's safe, it's secure, it's what you know. And yet what the Tower represents is the thing that is hiding the star from ourself. We can't see the star from within the tower, and that's why the divine intervention steps in and brings the tower down and says, no, remember, there's a whole night sky above you. You have a dream that needs to be fulfilled, and it's time for you to remember that it's there. And it may feel shaky. This could be that somebody enters your life right now and it literally catches you by surprise, and suddenly you feel like you want to open your heart to them. And yet there's this feeling of, oh my gosh, but I have to let everything else down. I have to I have to maybe sacrifice something. I might have to take a part of my stability, like moving across the country, or I might have to change how I live my current experience to be able to follow what I love. But it's bringing down what is not on a firm foundation. It's allowing you to actually get back to that foundation and build anew. Build something that is more in support of who you are now. And there's the Magician again. So yes, the magic, this is freeing you. Opening up your heart, choosing what you love or who you love is going to free the magic within. Because just as much as your heart has been hidden away in that tower, so have you been hidden away in that tower. So here's the Five of Swords coming up with the Emperor. And that may be, again, for some of you, that Five of Swords coming up there, this could be where you are, maybe, again, wrestling kind of with that authority in your own life of, no, it's my way or the highway, and I'm not going to, this would actually be kind of like saying, I'm not going to move across the country for you. You have to move across the country for me, and I'm not willing to budge on this but in reality, where that rationalization is coming from is the fear of the pain. It's trying to defend your heart. That's where the Five of Swords is coming in. Or this could be the same thing around a job. This could be like, somebody knocking on the door and saying, hey, we have an opportunity for you. Do you want to come and work for us? And you're like, absolutely not. I've worked here for 25 years. I'm not going to move someplace else. I'm not going to just upend my whole, career stability, my career stability that I have. And no. And it's like, it's time to put down that sword. Okay, so we have the Nine of Coins, Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles does speak to a level of financial independence. It does speak to a level of comfort and success that you've achieved in the physical, but it can also become our gilded cage. It can become that place where we are sitting in our beautiful home or our luxurious gardens, or we're sitting pretty in that job where we no longer have the ability to move up. We've, kind of capped out, but it's easy. It's what we enjoy. It's a sense of where we get our sense of independence from even. But there's a sense of, there's still one pentacle to go from the 9 to the 10. And the 10 is our ultimate, what we ultimately want to build here on Earth. It's our legacy that we want to leave behind. It's what we know we're capable of achieving. And so there's always this push that when we get to these levels of comfort, that there's a spiritual push within. That's when the ace comes in to say, okay, here's the 10th pentacle, but you have to go out of your comfort zone. You might have to leave the comfort of the job that you've been in for quite some time. And maybe, yes, it's routine, you're making good money, but you can't grow from this point. And anytime we hit a point where we can't grow, the universe, spirit, God, describe it how you will, wants us to not sit in stagnation. There needs to be a change that comes in. And so there's a sense of this opportunity is just that. It's the change that's needed to continue to elevate and grow what you've already created for yourself. So this could be, again, following a new career path that will take you up that next step, that next level, and also be in alignment with something that you love. This could also be if this is an individual, this could be someone coming in who's going to, again, elevate and grow your entire life experience. Maybe you always thought having that 1-bedroom condo in the city was going to be enough for you because it was just you. But suddenly this new individual comes into your life and you realize, oh my gosh, together, taking this opportunity, we can expand that. We can buy a bigger home. Maybe this individual loves to, wants to have land as part of their dream, and suddenly now you see a bigger picture for yourself. But there's something here like that for you, where whether it's a person or a job opportunity or just choosing something that you love, it's going to actually get you out of a comfort zone and increase what you have in the physical. And you may not be able to see it just yet, but that's what this is. Okay, so let's see here. Let's see for the Seven of Wands. What does Sagittarius need to know? We have the Eight of Swords. Yeah, for some of you are feeling a little trapped. You want to defend your position, but you're not quite seeing a way forward. And then there's the Ace of Swords, beautiful clarity. I think for many of you, you're realizing where you've kind of mentally been trapping yourself and where it's time to finally take action. Because wands speak to us choosing to take action. Swords are where we're just stuck in our mind. And the Eight of Swords specifically is where we're kind of just going in the same mental loop of I can't, that won't work, this won't work, I really want to do this, but I just can't see a way forward. And there's clarity here as soon as you decide to take action, as soon as you decide to defend the call of your heart instead of hiding your heart. And that will be where you finally are seeing, wow, it's just in my mind. It's just in my mind. Okay, let's see the Nine of Cups here. So for the Nine of Cups, we have the Two of Coins. Yeah, there's a little bit of a juggling going on, and it's saying it's time to prioritize one over another. Sometimes the Two of Coins can speak to just, kind of like a nod from the universe. It's like, yeah, just keep going. But I think for many of you, the Two of Coins and the Four of Cups is coming down to what you're doing, the day-to-day, the juggling of just doing what you're doing. It's not fulfilling. The Four of Cups speaks to a level of dissatisfaction with our current life experience. And there's a reason for that. It's because your heart is yearning for something. There's a wish that your heart is making, and it's making your current experience feel very uncomfortable, very small. And you're being asked with the Two of Pentacles to choose. Choose the new instead of juggling the potential of the new with the old. Okay, let's go ahead and see what's coming in for the Star and the Hermit. I love that those two cards came out together. It speaks to so much. Six of Cups, beautiful. Going back to a past dream is what I really feel. There's something in your heart, I think, that you yearned for when you were much younger, much more innocent, and there's a chance to bring that forward now. It could even be someone from the past coming back into your life experience, which is interesting. Let's see if there's anything else that wants to come in here. And the Page of Cups. I love that. There's a sense of innocence, of almost like your past self bringing forward the memory of your inner child. The Page of Cups is the inner child. It's where we get to rediscover that true dream. It's where we get to discover our needs, our dreams, our wishes again, but we're doing so from a place of innocence and curiosity and the preparation to share that vulnerably and authentically with others. There is a sense here of reconnecting to your inner child, your inner innocent self, and the dreams and the wishes that came from that version of yourself. And you have a chance now to really bring that forward into your current experience. You're being offered that gift. For some of you, this could even represent bringing a child. You might have had a dream of having a child, and that might be what you're choosing. In this whole experience here is realizing I'm ready to be a parent. The dream within my heart is to bring a child into my experience. And then we have the King of Coins. I love that. This is the energy of an individual. It's Taurian energy. It's the energy of understanding that you've mastered something in the physical. You've mastered either how to prioritize your time and energy. You understand of what your time and value is truly worth. You've also possibly learned how to manage your finances. It speaks to really being strong in how you handle your physical experience. It also says the King of Pentacles understands the value of the physical world. So there's a sense here of really understanding who better to make use of the opportunity of a pentacle than the King of Pentacles. So there definitely is something here. For some of you, the magic is coming from your mastery of the physical plane of existence, meaning that you have mastered something, whether you are, again, a master prioritizer, or you've mastered a skill set, a very specific skill set that you can apply, or you've mastered, again, your own self-worth and value in any situation, and you're able to really capitalize on that. But there's something here that's intrinsically linked with the Magician and the King of Coins. So for many of you, you've really been able to master your ability. This could even be someone who's like a master business builder or something along those lines, and now you're realizing, wow, I've mastered that. Maybe now I want to have a call of my heart, maybe to switch focus. This could be, or maybe you were always focused on the business, the career path, and now this is a call to change towards being family focused, or following maybe something in your heart that was like a long-term dream of yours. I always wanted to live in Italy and I don't know, have a vineyard. And suddenly your whole life experience is like, wait, I don't want to work 60 to 70 hours a week anymore. That's what I really want to do. This is like very much coming through as a theme or like a setting for so many of those kind of romantic or like, how would I say it? Almost like midlife crisis kind of movies. Like I'm getting the feeling of, what's that movie? I think it's with Russell Crowe. It's from a few years back where he does that. He like all of a sudden switches focus and moves to Italy and takes care of this old like rundown Tuscan villa. And suddenly, where he'd always been this kind of businessman, now all of a sudden he's getting acclimated, drawn into the community. There's a sense here kind of that, of a major change in focus, that maybe there's been such a focus on the physical for so long. And there's a call now to embrace your heart, to embrace the dream that's within, to embrace something that you love. And in doing that, it's going to unleash your magic. Okay. This is an interesting reading. This reading is actually a little different than the other readings I've done. So I like it. I like this energy, Sagittarius. I mean, there's definitely been a lot around the heart energy because we are in Leo season for the majority of August, and Leo asks us to focus on our heart. But we also have Venus retrograde in Leo, which is really asking all of us to take a look and review what we value around what we love. And are we honoring that in our life? This definitely really speaks to that for sure. Okay, let's see. I'm going to pull a few oracle cards now. So we're going to see first the energy oracle deck here. We're going to get a broader idea of what the energy for August is for you guys. So let's see. What does Sagittarius need to know about the energy for the month of August? Well, I can't make this up. We have the fourth chakra, which is the heart chakra. Sagittarius, Archangel Raphael, number 38. Breaks down to the number 11, which is a master number. It is a master number of the individual who's mastered something spiritually. They've also mastered their physical experience, but it's also, the 11 is the doorway between what is and what can be for us when we take spirit up on the opening of that door, when we are brave enough to walk through that doorway of change, and we do so with confidence that we are co-creating with spirit as we do so. But here, this is all about the heart. It's all about focusing and opening up that fourth chakra. There are definitely a lot of frequencies for those of you who listen to, let's say, binaural beats in your meditation practice. I would highly recommend listening to the 528 hertz. You can find many of those tracks just for free on YouTube. And that can really help kind of, if you do that, it will help open up the energy of that chakra for you and maybe allow you to, again, release some of the pain from the past to really allow that space to heal. I'm going to pull just a couple clarifiers. We'll see what wants to come out for that. What does Sagittarius need to know about the fourth chakra? Three of Cups. Oh, I love that. There's a sense of really wanting to bring in community for yourself, wanting to be a part of something, wanting other people to celebrate. There's a sense here of wanting that level of kind of a soul tribe around you. And I think those people are waiting to come in. With the Eight of Cups, they're waiting to come in, but you first have to walk away from something that is no longer emotionally fulfilling. The Eight of Cups. Now, this could be where maybe it's time to walk away from, again, kind of like my example with myself and my current husband. I did have to leave behind my family and my support group to move across the country to be with him. But it's also something that I did in full awareness that I had to follow my heart, and it now has brought in a whole new community and one that suits me, that suits the new individual that I have become. So keep that in mind. For some of you, this may be where you do have to walk away from something you have long poured yourself into, be this a work environment, be this just a way of being, be this a relationship, or this could be Eight of Cups. Maybe you've been alone for quite some time and it's time to walk away from that and move towards something that will be much more fulfilling, which is community and support and partnership and all that beautiful energy, celebration as well, that comes with the Three of Cups. Okay, let's go ahead and see here. I'm going to pull a Power of Surrender card. So we'll see where Spirit would like you to surrender this month. Ooh, if I can get them to shuffle. What does Sagittarius need to know about surrendering this month? Surrender to wonder and awe. This is one of my favorite cards in this deck. It says, open to the magic of every moment and sense the awe and wonder in all of life. This attitude will keep you connected to the ecstasy of flow. Beautiful. And there's a sense here of opening the more we get connected to wonder and awe, which is one of the guiding principles that I have, in my practice in general, is working with the concept of curiosity, or the principle of curiosity, and really opening ourselves up to staying curious, because curious opens us up to wonder and awe. It's that sense of, I don't know everything. I don't know what's around the next corner, but I am excited to see. I'm excited to see how I'm going to be shocked and surprised at what amazing things are going to come in, things that I can't even imagine now from where I'm standing. So there's a sense here of really getting connected to that on this deep heart, heart-centered place of how is the universe going to surprise and shock you with the joy that's going to come in with you being brave enough to take this leap into the new and really open up your heart to embracing that true dream or wish that resides within your heart. All right, now I'm going to pull a final card here, which is going to be this will basically just be the final card for your reading, and I will read the full excerpt in the book that comes with this deck, so you get an additional message that doesn't come directly from me. All right, let's see, Sagittarius. What does Sagittarius need to know as a final message for the month of August? Okay, we have sixth ray of devotion, number 43, breaking down to the number 7, which is the number of spirit. It's also the number of having that confidence in the uniqueness of ourself, because we understand that we are part of the divine expression, but we each have a unique part to fill. And so the confidence that comes with the understanding of that. All right, so 43 here. We have the sixth ray of devotion bestows the qualities of persistence, unwavering focus, and intensity of feeling. It is a gift of the strength to move mountains with your will for what you love. When the sixth ray of devotion appears, you are being given guidance that even if you do not seem to have much worldly power right now, the power of your beliefs can conquer obstacles. The Archangel Uriel helps you receive the blessing of the sixth ray now. You are receiving a blessing of the sixth ray of devotion. It is serving your soul growth and will help you develop faith in your principles and trust in the power of your beliefs. You will be able to recognize and appreciate the extraordinary strength within you and realize that you have enough willpower to keep working towards your dream, overcoming any obstacle until you are divinely successful. The sixth ray reminds you of the power of love, which can conquer anything and everything. Love is an empowering, motivating force far stronger than fear. Love is the foundation of authentic spiritual devotion. Devotion to the divine empowers us to bear burdens, overcome obstacles, and manifest all manner of beautiful visions in a world that may at first assure us that our dream is not possible. The sixth ray blesses you with spiritual stubbornness and sacred rebellion against any odds. The challenge with the sixth ray is to not become so anchored in your beliefs that you become fanatical, judging others because their beliefs are different. You can be unwavering in your adherence to your belief system and yet honor the fact that there are as many paths to divine union as there are people, that the ways the universe calls you home to love are unlimited. If you do not honor this, you may try to pull people from their own path, which can create unnecessary struggle for them and unnecessary karma for you. The best way to honor the blessing and minimize the challenge of this ray is to share your truth with an open heart and an open mind. Share without agenda. For those working with this energy, the power of mind and emotions will come into focus. You may need to channel your emotional and mental power into worthy projects or practice balancing your intensity with lightness of heart and playfulness so you don't become harsh or despairing if things appear not to be working out the way you believe they should. Then your faith can remind you love always finds a way. When Archangel Uriel connects with you, a tremendous power, the power of earth, is brought to your aid. Uriel brings healing energy and an ability to cause real effect in the physical world with your mental and emotional power. Remember, you are here to shine your light. That's the Hermit. Shine your light. Others can choose to use your light to see by until they are ready to discover their own inner light. Or not. It is not anything you need to worry about. Simply live your truth, trust in your heartfelt beliefs, and devote yourself to love. Finally, as the sixth ray has a special connection to religion and love, you are asked to hold the healing power of love in your heart for all those who are evolving through a life experience involving religious practice. This can help counterbalance the judgment and fear that exists in the hearts of many towards religions that are not their own or that have been the vehicle through which abuse has taken place. Religion on this planet at this time needs love, support, and encouragement to evolve, heal, and grow in whatever way ultimately serves divine love. And I love this because that's all about love. So this is really about devotion to your heart. Devotion to your heart and devotion to the understanding that, again, we are here to shine our light into the world, and that comes through us following and realizing our dream. I hope you all have a wonderful month ahead in reconnecting to your heart, to what you love, and that dream that wish that is residing within your heart that only you can make. All right, if you'd like to book a personal reading, you can click on the link in the description box below to visit my website to view a list of my services. Otherwise, I do also release weekly readings throughout the month. I will release a collective reading usually at the beginning of the week, and then I will follow that up with a quick 10-minute reading for each sign where we dive a little deeper into the themes and how those specifically will affect you for that week. All right. If I don't see you there, I will see you next month, Sagittarius, for your September illumination reading. Bye.